Evening chaps, and welcome to Sunday night All Stars action. Apologies for the delay / later show, but here we are. Fire through as quickly as we can this evening, starting off with the Vikings, who face Rapa Nui. Other fixtures tonight: Vanuatu Unicorns, Townsville Tutarua, Dragons vs Warriors, Blitz vs Hobart, AFC vs Wanganui, and Aborigines vs the Bushrats. So we will go firstly to Jens and his Vikings team, who just make the one change. Guedes in up front for the injured Inzaghi, and Evis Sand comes onto the bench. Churo's been offered a new contract, so that is all good. And over at Rapa Nui, we had an Aziz from Rob, who have been impressive at the start of this season. See if Charlie Chaos can look after David Collins and keep him quiet. So we will kick off the first game of the evening, Vikings vs Rapa Nui. And it's Ronaldinho who's opened the scoring for the Vikings. Started well since his early season move from the Aborigines. Impressive couple of appearances for him. Yellow card picked up, I think, for Collins there. Approaching half time, just a couple of minutes to go. Serginho involved again. And we do get to half time. What was the Ronaldinho deal, Jens? I think it was. It included at least one of Jens's testicles, 2 or 3 of his best players as well. But Ronaldinho doing the business and repaying that transfer fee so far. Decent performance from Vikings, all 7s and 8s in their assist coming from Amoroso, who's also started the season well for Vikings with a couple of goals and man of the match over at Rapa Nui. Not the best performance from them. 5 for Roy Keane in midfield, 6s and 7s throughout the rest of the team, and a yellow card for David Collins. But both managers are going to go as is, so we will roll it through to 60 minutes. And it is Amoroso who's got his 3rd goal of the season, but Collins has struck straight back 1 minute later, reduced the deficit to 2-1 as we get to 60 minutes. A yellow card there, I think, for Beckham. Maybe not Beckham. But yeah, interesting action in that 10-minute period with a goal for either side. Amoroso and Collins a little bit better from Rapa Nui. Roy Keane up to a 7. But Mark Kerr, who has been involved a fair bit so far this season with a goal and a couple of assists and not having the best game. Jens is going to go as is, and Rob is going to send on Zauri for Mike Duff and Salas for Elbert, in the hope of getting back into this game. Jens is happy with his side's performance and he's going to run it all the way through to full time. So let's see how this one ends up. Serginho involved a fair bit, and it is Ronaldinho with his 2nd of the game, and we've only got 3 minutes left. Really impressive performance from the Vikings. Ronaldinho having a very, very good game. Probably deserved on the balance of things. 9 attempts, 8 on target for the Vikings. Just the 4 attempts, 3 on target for Rapa Nui. Collins continues to score, assisted by Candela. A few 5s and 6s in there. Roy Keane made his way up to an 8. Did a lot of kicking and tackling in that second half. But yeah, Vikings do look incredibly strong. Amoroso and Ronaldinho sharing 3 goals and a couple of assists between them. Strong performances in there from some defensive players, in fact. Just a solid performance throughout. So indeed, they are the real deal. Well done to Jens, unlucky to Rob. Next, we have got the Warriors against the Dragons. This is how the Warriors line up. Still looking for the right formula in this attacking midfield position. But Rosicki partners Raquelme today behind Maxim. No worries, gents. Have a good evening. So over at the Dragons, we have got Pizarro in for Tony up front. Yeremis and Davids in midfield. I think that's it. George Atos is back, which is a big plus for Duggan. So we will kick off. Davids can take the number 6 shirt, and we've got Dragons versus Warriors. I'll look to Duggan. Ooh. We came over a chance, but a couple of great saves from the Dragons keeper. And it is Cizalco with his 5th of the season, 6 or 7 goals. Get games without a goal after starting with 4 goals in 3 games. Maxim is back on the score sheet. Feels like Warriors have created quite a few chances in that first half. We'll see if the stats stay the same. They do. There's 7 attempts, 4 on target for the Warriors, just the 1 attempt for the Dragons. Quick look over at the stats for Duggan. Desai having a decent game in midfield. 6s and 7s for everybody else. No concerns with fitness across at the Warriors. Maxim back on the score sheet. Zelius having a decent game. Nahajcik with another assist out wide to Tradza as well on an 8, doing a decent job. We will go as is for now. Just wait and see if Duggan wants to change anything. Imar for Tony. 2 up back in the central. Extend the wing back arrows 1 more as well. So Tony up front with Pizarro, back in the hole with an arrow. Wing back arrows up. And let's see if that has a change of fortunes for the Dragons as we run it through to 60. Yellow card for Cizalco early in the second half. And Pizarro has got the equaliser. Change of tactics and formation works for the Dragons as Pizarro equal. Oh my god. We went from 59 minutes to 84 minutes with absolutely nothing. It won't show that until the end of the game, will it? Jesus Christ, sorry about that, Duggan. But yeah, you've got 6 minutes to try and get a winner. Yeah, I think I'm just going to leave it as it is as well. Fucking mental. Okay, 6 minutes. Is there a winner for the Dragons or the Warriors? No, there isn't. Fucking mental. Just going to have to look that back because I thought I'd like taken my eyes off the screen for a minute. 52 minutes, 58 minutes, 59, 60, and then straight through before I could click straight to 85 minutes. Absolutely mental. But yeah, point apiece, 1-1. Barely anything happened in the second half. Maybe 1 attempt or a couple of attempts for Warriors, 1 for Dragons. But that 1 attempt on target has gone in the back of the net. Desai picks up man of the match. Got the assist and a lot of tackling as well. Goal for Pizarro, which will please Duggan. Some decent defensive performances in there as well. Over at the Warriors, Andrew on a 6, conceding his only shot on target. Klompa Kimona to Tradza doing a decent job, and Zelius as ever. Maxim back on the score sheet. Disappointing only to get the 1 goal in the first half, but a point apiece. Well played to Duggan. Across to the Bushrats, who line up like this. Can't think if there was any changes or not. I can't remember. Ashley Cole is in for the injured Balmer was the only change for Tato. They play the Aborigines, who line up like this, and that is what we've got. We've got Michael Owen in for Mpenza. Mpenza dropped from the matchday squad completely with Viduka staying on the bench. Owen and Anelka up front. So, game 3 of the evening, Aborigines hosting the Bushrats. And Montella has finally, 11 games in, got his first goal for the Bushrats and puts them 1-0 up. Aberrini pushing to try and get back into this. Julie involved a little bit, and he has got the equaliser, playing left wing back, having recently joined a couple of games ago from the Warriors. Been involved in everything good for Aborigines in this first half. Ashley Cole involved, and Montella has got his second of the game and second of the season. And Montella has liftoff. 5 attempts apiece, 3 on target for Aborigines, 2 for the Bushrats. Assists coming from Harry Kuehl and Ashley Cole into the side, having an extremely good game on a 9. Over at the Aborigines, Julie having a decent game, as mentioned, assisted by Anelka. So as is and an as is from both, so we'll kick off the second half and try and catch some 60-minute subs this time. Montella with a chance for his hat-trick, but it's been saved. And Rio Ferdinand has been sent off. So, decision time for Daz. Does he sacrifice a more attacking player and bring on Rocky Jr.? Does he push on and try and stay one at the back? We will do 60-minute subs now as well, chaps, so I don't have to stop again. So 60-minute subs now as well. A quick look at the stats. A couple of attempts in that second half. Yep. You said you were on mute, so I probably didn't hear me, but yep. Junior for Owen. Back to centre back. Like that, does. Happy? Just give me a nudge. Just waiting for Tato's changes, and then we'll get this run through to 90 minutes. I don't think Tato's going to change anything, to be honest. Really surprised. Okay, it's come through now. Good stuff. As is for Tato, as expected. So we will run this through to full time. Through to 68 minutes quickly. Julie involved again. Van der Vaart with a chance, but it is over the bar. Kuehl with a chance at the other end. Montella is through. Great save by Frey. Montella's had a hatful of chances for his hat-trick, but it's still 2-1 as we approach full time. Is there any late drama? It's a corner, and it is the full-time whistle. Aborigines 1, Bushrats 2. Deserved on the balance of it. 13 shots on goal, 9 on target for the Bushrats, 7 and 4 for the Aborigines. A mixed bag in there, and Dye doing a good job as he always does. Seb Frey had a good game, preventing Montella getting his hat-trick. Julie with a goal. Ferdinand and Owen not having the best of games. Owen sacrificed. Across at the Bushrats, Montella picks up man of the match. 6 attempts, 5 on target for him. Unlucky not to get a hat-trick. Assists from Kuehl and Ashley Cole. Some decent performances in there and a really good away win. Well done to both managers. Next up, we've got AFC Nuku'alofa, who have changed the goalkeeper due to a suspension, and Tomadera comes in as Rox looks to find the formula up front. I think it might be his 3rd or 4th striker. so far this season. Put Zil onto the bench for the first time, and Wanganui have brought in Bojan Djordjic into attacking midfield. Montero is back in at centre back, and Sonny Anderson comes up from the reserves and makes the bench. So I don't know if Savage is about or Rocks. If either of you are about, just give us a little wave so we know, and we will get this one kicked off. Plenty of text, but not a great deal of clear-cut chances in the first 25 minutes. Yellow card for Robbie Keane, still playing in central midfield for Wanganui, doing a decent job. Raul with a chance, but it goes wide, and we get to half-time. Not the best half we have ever seen. AFC with just the one attempt, 2 for Wanganui, 1 on target. 6s and 7s across the board for Wanganui, just that yellow card for Robbie Keane. Over at AFC, again 6s and 7s across the board in what was a pretty dull first half. I've not seen either manager, so we'll just give them 30 seconds to see if anybody is here and wants to do anything. And if not, we will kick off the second half. And if nobody is here, we'll just run it straight through to 90 minutes without, unless there is any injuries or red cards. Okay, I'm going to assume that Mike and Rox are not here. And we are just going to play this one through to a conclusion. Straight through to 60 minutes, and it is Berg has the ball in the net, but it has been disallowed. And we've got a red card for Rox at centre back again. Okay, there's no centre back on the bench. I think I'm just going to drop Soroczynski in there and central up like that. How many times is it? Yeah, he's been a little bit more conservative lately, Steve, and it's 0-0. So I'm going to play it safe and put Soroczynski there for now. And run it through. No attempts in the second half as yet. See if we get anything in this final half an hour. Through to 75 minutes now. Chance and Berg, having a goal disallowed earlier on in the game, has broken the deadlock on 78 minutes for Wanganui. And they are looking good for 3 points away from home, unless there's late drama from AFC, which there isn't. So, just the 2 attempts, none on target for AFC. Deserved victory in the end for Wanganui, 9 attempts. Orjan Berg with the goal. Montero picks up man of the match on an 8 for a decent defensive display. Not peak performance from either side, but 3 points for Wanganui will delight Mr. Savage. On to Hodges Townsville against Tutavua. I don't know if Chris or Liam are about, but if they are, if one of you about, just give us a little nudge, gents. Hodgie lines up like this. Barry Ferguson has a little knock to his wrist or something, but Hodges told him he's playing it regardless. I don't think there's any changes. Oh, Kaladze is suspended or injured. Evening, pal. Hello. So Mendes de Silva comes in for Kaladze. Over at the time wasters, Woodgate comes in for Trebo West, who is injured. D'Alessandro continues at right wing back, Vassell is up from the reserves and makes the bench for them as well. David Batty continues to keep Holiday Court out the side. So we'll kick off Townsville versus Time Wasters. Del Piero to Ferguson, has the ball in the net, but it is disallowed. Unfortunately for an offside. "30 minutes up. Fair bit of text going on, predominantly from Townsville, who look to have dominated most of this first half, but yet to score a legal goal. And just before half time, it is Van Nistelrooy for the away side who opens the scoring. Against the run of play, you would say, with yet their first attempt on goal, puts them 1-0 up. 3 attempts from Townsville. Assist coming from Ibrahim Saeed. David Batty not having his best game on a 5, not completed any tackles. Across at Townsville, 6s and 7s in there for everybody. No real fitness issues. Ramadal's picked up a yellow card. Hodgie does have plenty of attacking options on the bench because of the versatility that he's got in his DNCs to be able to drop the centre back if needed. Just wait and see what either manager wants to do. Hodgie's going to run it through for now, as it is. Just wait and see if Chris wants to do anything, and as is for the away side as well. So we'll get this one underway and run it to 60. And Morientes has equalised on 54 minutes and has another chance immediately after, but that goes over the bar. And we get to 60 minutes, much better from Townsville. A couple of attempts from them, just the one from the away side. No real change for the away side, still 6s and 7s throughout. David Batty's up to a 6 and has got a couple of tackles in there early in the second half over at Townsville. No assist for that equaliser from Morientes. Defensive midfielders doing a decent job, as is Del Piero out on the left hand side, creating a couple of chances. So again, we'll just wait and see what either manager wants to do. A roll from Townsville, and we're going to see the court for Batty. And we're going to see Vassell come on for Brugging in midfield and swap with Agahawa. Very attacking midfield for the away side. Can Vassell have an impact from the bench on attacking midfield? Great play from Townsville, putting the pressure on, looking for this second goal. But it is Ronaldo for the away side. We're looking at a real smash and grab, who's put the away side 2-1 up. Got 5 minutes to go. Is there any late drama? Are Tutavua going to get a surprise away win? Campbell picks up a yellow card. We're almost at full time, and we get there. Just the 3 attempts from the away side, 2 goals versus the 8 attempts and 1 goal for Townsville. Del Piero picks up man of the match for 4 key passes, created plenty. A goal from Morientes, a couple of decent midfield / defensive performance from Townsville, but unfortunately, if you don't put the ball in the net, you don't win football matches. Van Nistelrooy with a goal and an assist, a decent display from him. Assist from Saeed, who did well. Nigma Toolan also gives Tutavua a 2-1 win. Across to Unicorns, who are playing Steve Vanuatu. I'm not sure if I've seen Smuts. So Smuts, if you are here, give us a little wave. If not, no drama. Unicorns line up like this. Joe Cole comes into central midfield for the departing Edgar Davids. And across at Vanuatu, I think we had an Aziz from I know we've got one change. Gustavo Lopez is in for Franco at attacking midfield for his debut for Vanuatu. So we will kick this one off and see how it goes. Skulls with a chance. Rayad involved a little bit, and Salihamidzic has been sent off. Not what Steve wanted to see. I would suspect we're probably going to see Zanoni come on and play out there. Will he sacrifice a defensive midfielder, or will he be a little bit more conservative? I think, I don't know, could maybe just move Boyer out there. Boyer, yeah, a good shout. I think sacrifice that central midfield position, which can be completely irrelevant at times. So big task for Vanuatu now, 10 men with 70 minutes or more to play. Appeals for a penalty, but the referee plays on. Rui Costa and Zeriberto linking up, can't create anything. Yellow card for Rui Costa, and we get to half time at 0-0, and probably the worst half of the evening so far, just the one attempt from either side. Can't see Steve doing anything yet, to be honest. Probably roll it, but we will see. Simone on a 6, everybody else on 7s apart from Salihamidzic, who was sent off. Vieira continuing his good start to the season so far, and Bishan also on an 8, 6s and 7s for everybody else. So we've got a roll from Steve. I'm just going to give Smuts 20 seconds in case he's here or turns up. Okay, we will run it through to 60 minutes. Doesn't look like Smuts is with us this evening. I'm sure he will watch it back. Approaching 60 minutes and we get there. So Roberto looking lively for Vanuatu, but still yet to get the breakthrough. Maybe we might see Zanoni come on for Simone. We might see Palermo for Rui Costa, maybe. I don't know. Leave it. So Steve is going to back the boys that have done well with 10 men for 62 minutes to see the job through. We will get back to it and see if there is a breakthrough in these last 20 minutes. Yellow card picked up by Vieira. Rayad's still looking to get involved. Couple of back-to-back corners for Unicorns, but we're into the last 10 minutes and we're still yet to get a goal. And we do get to the final whistle in one of the dullest games we've had this season. I think Steele will be pleased to get away with a point playing for 70 minutes with 10 men. Just 2 attempts in the second half, both coming from the Unicorns. All the high ratings coming in the defensive, midfield and centre-back positions for both sides. Tells you both sides doing a great job defensively. Struggling to create any clear-cut chances. Not one to dwell on, and a point apiece for both sides. And we are, I think, at the last game of the evening. We've got the Blitz versus Hobart, who line up like this. No changes for them again. They're very consistent in their selection and performance so far. I've got instructions from Dan. Hope him and his lad are doing okay, and you can watch it back at some point. Over at the Blitz, we had, what did we have? We've just got Ayala back into the side for Okoronkwo, who's out suspended, and that is all. So two sides who started the season well. Blitz versus Hobart concluding tonight. Is Dimble with us? I don't think I've seen Dimble either, to be honest, but give us a quick wave if you're here, Dim, so I know. And it is Ryan Giggs who has opened the scoring. Totti has the ball in the net immediately after, but it's ruled out for offside. Two players who started the season incredibly well. Dimble is here, excellent stuff. Yellow card there for Filipescu, I think, off the upright by Henri. And this is a fantastic first half. Nikiforenko on 42 minutes has doubled the lead for Hobart. And Totti does get a goal on the stroke of half time in an incredibly entertaining first half. Sees Hobart go in at the break 2-1 in front. 3 attempts from both sides, just the 2 on target. It felt like there was a lot more chances in that very end to end. Some big players putting in big performances. Over at Hobart, we've got Nikiforenko and Giggs with the goals, and assisted by Tomasi and Anguinaga. Rossini is on a 5, and the instruction from Dan was Dwight York on for any attacker on a 5 or less, so we are going to do that. Dwight York will come on at half time. Over at the Blitz, Totti with the goal and continuing to excel, assisted by Dyer doing a decent job on the right hand side. Apart from that 6s and 7s, I don't think Dimble will be too displeased with that. I think we might see a play on for now, so we will run this through to 60 minutes. Ayala picks up a yellow card. Filipescu involved plenty, as is Giggs, at the heart of everything good that Hobart do. Such a key performer in all forms of competitive champion, every team and every league he plays in. Yellow card for Nicky, but and it is Giggs with his second of the game. Just as I was saying, how influential he is, and it is 3-1 to Hobart, and an uphill task for Blitz to get anything from this game now. Henri and Totti looking to link up and get Blitz back into this. And just before the 60-minute mark, we have got a goal back through Thierry Henry, Cabello and Del Vecchio on a 5 and 6 respectively. I think we might see Hussein or Alex, or maybe even both here for Dimble. And the deficit reduced just to 1 goal, and Dimble will now think that there is every chance of getting back into this. No concerns with any fitness, so we are going to see Hussein for Del Vecchio, and he's going to swap with Henri, and that is all. So can the Blitz get back into it? Just the 3 attempts on target for Hobart, all of them going in. Hussein is on. Score goals for Dimble, plenty in the past. Can he get one tonight? And not what Dimble wanted to see. It is a penalty to Hobart and a red card for Chiotis. So we're going to see Paliuka. I would think maybe Kaluzhny might be sacrificed. Maybe even a centre back if he wants to go for it. I think if the penalty goes in, it's probably game over. But if not, then still a chance. So it is going to be Henshaw sacrificed, and one at the back. Paliuka is going to go in goal. 4th of the season, that's mental. So can Pagliuca save the penalty and give Blitz a chance? Let's see. It's going to be Nicky Ferenko, and it is his second of the game. And Hussein has scored at the other end, and we've still got 7 minutes. What a game this has been. Absolute madness. Can the Blitz get a late equaliser? Is there any late drama for either side? They're pushing forward still, but we get to full time. And Hobart do see it through. Two players who have started the season incredibly well. Nicky Ferenko and Giggs doing the business for Hobart. Assists coming from Filipescu, Tomasi and Guinaga. Decent attacking performance from Hobart, very clinical. Over at the Blitz, Ayala into the side picks up man of the match. Not sure how our centre back's got man of the match in a game that's finished 4-3, but he has. Kaluzhny with a good solid performance. Some really good ratings in there. Kieran Dyer with a 9. Totti with a goal and an assist, been very, very good for Blitz. Hussein from the bench as well, pushing for a start. I think we might see him start up front and Totti drop back to AMC next time for the Blitz. But that, I think, concludes, absolutely flown through that in about 40 minutes. Thank you very much for being so prompt for those guys who were in the chat. Quick look at the results. Aborigines 1, Bushrats 2, AFC 0, Wanganui 1. Blitz 3, Hobart 4 in that fantastic game I've just seen. Dragons 1, Warriors 1, Townsville 1, 2. Vanuatu 0, Unicorns 0, and Vikings continue to lead the way with a 3-1 win over Rapa Nui. Quick look at the table then. Vikings and Hobart stretch their lead and to 6 points from the chasing pack, and 25 points from 11 games is some start. Like, that's like incredible. Looking at 55 to 60 points if either of them could continue that pace. And there's been Super League titles won up with teams on less than 50, so some going from them too. Rapa Nui, Blitz, Vanuatu and the Warriors make up the playoff spots, but it's incredibly tight. Just 6 points separating 11th to 3rd. Bushrats still in the bottom 2 table, that's why. 9 points, and you've only scored 7, and that's probably your problem. Aborigines still at the bottom, conceded 28. It is a big problem for Daz. But yeah, incredibly tight, 13 to 19 points, 3rd to 11th. Quick look at the team stats. Vikings and Hobart, as you would expect, and then the Wanderers at the top of the form table. Player stats: Vieira 8.2, Serginho and Elias on 8 goals. Collins scores again, takes his tally to 11. Cliver on 9, Nicky Ferenko on 8, doing a fantastic job for Hobart. Totti up to 7. Maxon gets his 5th tonight, joined by a few more players and assists. Still a host of people, all with 4 assists. Nobody pushing on from there. Fixtures next time out: AFC, Unicorns, Bushrats, Dragons, Hobart, Townsville, Rapa Nui, Aborigines, 2 Vikings, Warriors, Vanuatu, Wanganui vs Blitz. KD will be back on Wednesday. Thanks for joining me, and I will catch you all in a bit. Cheers, lads.